Hello, testing.
Noel masuk dulu.
Tak ada.
Dia
Noel masuk.
bos. So bos kasih telefon sikit.
Tes.
Mic nombor berapa? 23.
Test dulu kena test tu mana?
Tu dah.
Okey dah.
Tapi masa buka dekat ni, kau cakap ni.
Cuma dulu.
Tempat dia.
Ada.
Telefon.
Oh, hello, testing.
Lagi?
Testing. Tahu tak?
Cuba kau tepuk-tepuk sikit. Ada. Suara cik lama ada? Ya. Kuatkan DP ni just. Tak tahu flash ke?
Okay. Alright, okay. Nah. Pian. Nah.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome dengan kita punya Business Brew hari ni. Okay, so kita nak brief sikit lah pasal kita punya podcast hari ni. Kita akan ada first segment. First segment kita adalah What's Brewing Today. Okay, so What's Brewing Today ni kita akan fokus kepada Cik Loman dan Mr. Adam. Okay, untuk talk about what is happening with business and also correlating sikit general lah. Next segment iaitu kita akan invite kita punya guest.
Okay, segmen kedua baru guys masuk lah.
Betul. Dah tahu kan guest kita siapa?
Tak tahu cik.
Encik Faisal from Pacton Technologies.
Ya.
Okay, so guys kita akan bincang lah pasal dia punya business semua.
Masalah dia, challenges.
Lepas tu, teruskan dengan segmen 3 which is kita akan minta Cik Loman dengan Mr. Adam untuk bincangkan sikit pasal apa takeaway from perbincangan waktu segmen 2 tu. Okay, so clear?
Clear.
Okay, so kita boleh start semua? So jom.
Mari. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Selamat datang ke Business Brew podcast. Saya Lokman Afandi Yahya. Bersama-sama dengan sahabat lama saya ni, Adam Ramsky dari Cradle. How are you, man?
I'm fine, thank you. How are things with you?
Alhamdulillah sihat. Lama tak jumpa kan? Kita last
lama.
early the year kita jumpa kan?
Betul. Quite some time lah kita dah berjumpa.
Kan? Finally, I think we talked about this for some time.
Betul.
And finally we get to do this lah, alhamdulillah. So, I think Business Brew ni sebenarnya kita punya podcast yang we're trying to do a bit different, whereby kita nak berbincang not just about the business yang founder of the business akan join kita sekejap lagi, tapi juga the challenges. And you as someone on the other side of the fence yang boleh bagi feedback lah tentang maybe how to not a total solution of the challenges that they're facing kan, tapi what's the actual implementable solutions yang you boleh bagi dari Cradle side. What do you think?
I think that's good, and I think macam kami di Cradle ni, kami sebuah agensi di bawah Kementerian Keuangan dan dikelolakan oleh Kementerian Sains, Teknologi dan Inovasi. Jadi antara mandat untuk Cradle ni adalah untuk membantu syarikat-syarikat startup teknologi di dalam negara kita. Daripada situ kita dapat melihat bermacam-macam jenis, berbagai-bagai jenis startup, bermacam-macam jenis teknologi. Dan daripada situ kita dapat melihat startup mana yang berjaya, startup mana yang tak berjaya. Lepas tu kita pun ambil what are the best practices. Kan? Apa yang menjadikan sesebuah startup itu berjaya.
Atau tidak.
Apa yang menjadi penyebab kepada kegagalan setengah-setengah startup. Jadi mungkin dekat sini saya boleh kongsikanlah sedikit sebanyak berkenaan perkara itulah.
Okay. That's very good. So I think that's very important also. Kita tak nak kita memperkenalkan syarikat ni tapi hanya bercerita tentang benda-benda yang manis je.
Betul.
Kan we want to understand their pains as well, kan.
Betul.
So I think you mentioned nicely just now about technology. So bila cakap pasal teknologi, especially on artificial intelligence now, kan. Kita bila fikir pasal AI ni fikir ChatGPT, now Claude lah.
Betul.
Tapi we always think that as a standalone solution. Tapi kita tak tengok sebenarnya how can that be a supporting element of every vertical of industry yang kita ada. Kan? Especially agriculture. So which something kita akan berbincang kejap lagi. I think the founder that bringing later is someone yang related to agri technology. Kan? So maybe is there anything that you can speak about, especially in agri tech within Cradle punya mandate?
Sebab when we look at agri-tech, dia merangkumi semua ni. Dia bukan setakat apa yang ada dekat pertanian sahaja, tetapi dia masuk perladangan, aquaculture, perikanan dan sebagainya. So it's quite cross-cutting across the board dan bermacam-macam jenis teknologi yang kita boleh guna pakai. Macam you said just now tadi, Luqman, we are looking into AI. So AI is not about ChatGPT ke, it's not about cloud je.
Those are just enablers.
Betul, enablers. So we must utilize these enablers, this technology to improve productivity, to improve the processes, the governance in our agri-tech or agriculture punya industry ni, traceability dan sebagainya. And I think if you've heard the news recently, semalam in fact, that the government has just launched AI Malaysia Berhad.
Yes.
So that is the commitment that has been shown by the government on how important AI is to the nation.
True. So I think so we touched about AI, and then we also know kalau kita nak apply AI ni ke dalam vertical agriculture tu satu hal, tapi sebenarnya cabang daripada agriculture tu banyak lagi bawah dia.
Betul.
Ada aquaculture, ada ada even to paddy farming, macam-macam.
Betul.
Macam-macam sub industry, especially bawah agro food kita boleh cakap kan. Kalau tengok dari segi aquaculture punya production alone, kalau tengok data 2024, there's about 500,000 metric ton production a year. That's not small, that's big. Tak masuk lagi dengan benda-benda yang kita import daripada luar.
Betul.
So now kita memandangkan jadi sebuah negara yang kita ada high SSL, the higher dependency on ourselves in terms of production. So AI and technology is very key lah for us to support this industry kan. Sekarang ni what we need to understand also in terms of Cradle punya peranan kan. Tadi kita cakap tentang you touch a bit in terms of agtech punya mandate daripada government as a whole. Government memang fokus now on agriculture kan. So how do you see Cradle punya peranan from now moving forward?
So untuk Cradle, kami membiaya syarikat-syarikat startup teknologi. Jadi termasuk dalam bidang pertanian, aquaculture, perladangan dan sebagainya. Jadi kita tahu yang antara fokus kerajaan adalah untuk keterjaminan makanan, food security. So this is something that we also look into, and if there's a technology that can change the way how we produce our food, macam mana kita nak menjamin kita punya keterjaminan makanan ni, it is something that we might be able to fund lah.
Okay, I think based on our discussion just now, it's obvious that sebenarnya the ecosystem tu sebenarnya dah ada.
Betul.
In Malaysia. Kan dari segi funding, dari segi in fact nak buat sandboxing.
Betul.
We have that enough ecosystem. So I think now is just a nice segue untuk kita maybe invite our guests for the second segment ni. The company is called Pacton Technologies. They will be talking about their product called FishSpeak.
Oh, that's interesting.
So let's hear from them.
Okay. Boleh
kita panggil kita punya guest masuk. Aduh, hai. Orang jauh ni. How are you, brother?
Good.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you? Good.
Wah, Faisal. So we just in the first segment tadi we talked about a bit about agriculture, agtech, and then specifically now the nice segue kita touch about aquaculture, especially now agtech within aquaculture. And so you come in maybe for the benefit of our viewers today. Maybe you can introduce about yourself, your company dulu.
I think you know me since before. Okay, my company is called Pacton Technologies.
Yep.
Kita ada satu produk flagship lah kat dalam Pacton Technologies ni. Panjang cerita dia sebenarnya sebelum sampai ke produk ni.
You have time?
We have time. We have time. We have time dan boleh cerita panjang lebar lah.
Okay.
Nama dia FishSpeak tu is actually memang literally ikan cakap.
Ikan bercakap
So
kan,
the challenge yang kita try nak address tu to make the fish talk lah to us. Tapi buat masa sekarang ni kalau tengok lembu kalau sakit kita boleh tengok dia tempang kan. Kalau ayam dia dah tak berkokok. Kalau ikan macam mana?
Betul kan?
Dia terus terapung ke? So bila dia dah terapung tu habislah rugilah, farmers tu rugi. So pasal tu lah nama dia FishSpeak. Our intention is to use technology untuk turn some signals that we can gather along the way untuk bagi kita information. Maknanya kita tu maksudnya petani lah. Saya cakap petani tu sebab kita sendiri adalah petani walaupun kita buat teknologi. Tapi we do have tilapia farm yang kita test teknologi ni. Benda ni bermula daripada masalah dekat kita punya ladang sendirilah.
Okay. So I will touch on that challenges or we call it case for change lah biasa-biasa nak ni kan. What were the problem statements dulu kan? Apakah masalah yang Faisal fikir kan? Kenapa aku nak kena buat FishSpeak ni? What made you venture into this?
Okay.
Banyak benda lagi.
Okay, banyak benda lagi. Sebenarnya saya sedikit menyesal lah. Maksudnya sedikit menyesal pada mulanya. Okay, we were very inspired lah. I mean, along the region ni kita ada tengok beberapa company-company yang quite successful at that time. And we were inspired. And because of that, I do have a certain problem within the company. Company tu masa tu kita buat 2018. So we were in a different business before this. Masa kita buat
FishSpeak
before FishSpeak ni kita ada different, sama company tapi different product. We were doing more on radio frequency technology. Kita buat router dengan modem. Okay. Maksudnya router dengan modem ni adalah benda yang paling penting. I think everybody uses this at home lah. Kita nak access pada internet.
Router modem kita pasang kat rumah tu lah kan?
Kita pasang kat rumah tu. So we were doing that first.
But obviously you didn't serve the Malaysian market.
We didn't serve the Malaysian market. We wanted to, but there are certain challenges that we need to adhere to certain processes. Benda tu ambil masa. Tapi fortunately at that time 2020 maksud tak silap saya, kita dapat a maiden client lah out of the Middle East side, Middle Eastern side. Then it helped the company to build certain tractions
For the modem and router.
For the modem and router. Masa tu we were quite okay at that time, tapi macam biasalah, I think Cik Adam tahulah masalah startup ni. Most of the time kita mungkin ada risk yang kita kena address. At that time my risk was single client. So kita ada satu single client yang kita depend dekat kontrak daripada dia. Bila bertukar management ke benda-benda macam tu, dan habislah kontrak kita tu tak bersambung. Jadi because of that our company was going down and I was stuck with 3 to 4 engineers I think at that time, which is very very highly paid. Itu macam mana aku nak bayar gaji diorang ni. Itu first benda yang saya fikir. Dan kebetulan lah kami cuba untuk kita ada farm sendiri dalam group ni. Kita pergi untuk repair router dia sebenarnya sebab dia ada intermittent connection. So because kita expert dekat router, kita nak buat outdoor unit router custom masa tu. Tapi at the same time we noticed that I was not fully involved dekat farm tu. We noticed that dia ada masalah lain yang berkait. So, 3 masalah besar dekat dalam industri aquaculture, especially untuk tilapia dengan udang ni adalah, pertama, kos makanan. Kos makanan ni lebih kurang dalam 60% to 70%. Okay, maknanya kalau ikan tilapia keluar daripada market, daripada farm tu, kita jual dalam RM10. Maknanya kos kita dalam RM7 gross. So maknanya kita kena main volume lah kalau main ikan rakyat tilapia. We're not talking about empurau, we're not talking about the high value fish. All this ikan rakyat yang contribute to the protein source of the country lah. So pertama adalah kos makanan. So maknanya any technology that can help to optimize this will definitely contribute to the yield of the farmers lah. Kedua dia mortality. I think Cik Adam pun tahu benda ni, disebut banyak kali dalam market. There are validated problem statements across multiple agencies.
Maybe we can deep dive a bit more, explain a bit more in layman's term. Mortality, what's the issue?
Mortality maknanya paling simple dia ikan mati. Ikan mati, udang mati. Okey, contoh kalau saya bagi udang lah. Udang putih ni kita kalau dekat dalam Southeast Asian region, I think in the world, Indonesia adalah nombor 4, nombor 3 atau nombor 4. Pertama adalah Ecuador. Tapi dia punya value daripada ekspor tu sangat tinggi bila kita ekspor udang. Tapi masalah pertama dia adalah mortality that comes from penyakit.
Kalau percentage, kan zaman tu out of 10 fishes that you rear ni, berapa ramai pula, berapa banyak ikan yang mati?
Bergantung kepada ikan apa. Kalau ikan keli ni is quite hardy. Tapi ikan talapia ni walaupun dia is quite hardy juga, dia ada masalah kalau air dia teruk, maknanya kualiti air, bermula daripada kualiti air tu teruk, amonia tinggi, ikan tu akan mati. Bila mati, then you tak boleh jual lah. It's either you jual pada harga murah ataupun you tanam. If you're going for high value punya market, you dah memang tak boleh jual. Especially udang. Udang kalau export, kita memang kena, diorang tu, farmer tu memang kena adhere to certain rules and regulations lah when they export. Tu tak boleh ada disease. So because of that, banyak farm yang tutup because of this. So these are the two main problems. Tapi nombor 3 adalah digitalization. Dalam aquaculture ni pretty much disintegrated, dan I think we are moving towards aging population whereby all the intelligence of the farmers dia reside with the olden generation. So, memang dia ada dalam otak dia. Dia tengok air pun dia dah tahu. Dia tengok ni dia dah sakit. So knowledge tu tak turun kepada dia punya second generation yang tak take over pun farm tu. At the end of the day, kita balik kepada import lah. So digitalization can play a role, but it needs to be user friendly lah.
So kalau dengar dia punya problem dia 3, which is the cost of production, so the mortality rate, and also the 3 digitalization. So from your perspective kan, segi trader kan, so identification of masalah is quite typical. Nak buat business memang kena masalah dulu. So how do you view?
So
especially for this,
that's a thing that when you spoke about you entering into the aquaculture ni semua, and you're into the tech part. So dia jarang tau dalam kita punya ekosistem ni where orang muda nak masuk dalam bidang pertanian ni.
Saya tak muda sangat tuan.
Nampak muda. Okey, kita masuk dalam bidang agriculture ni kan, dia ada dua perkara yang penting. Pertamanya demi keterjaminan makanan.
Betul.
Because we are huge importer of food products dalam negara kita. Itu satu. Keduanya, you're in technology. Ini yang dikatakan kedaulatan teknologi. We are not dependent.
There's such term lah.
They're coining it now as sovereignty. Yes.
Technology sovereignty, whereby di mana kita tidak bergantung harap kepada teknologi luar. Dikatakan kalau berlaku apa-apa, teknologi itu tidak lagi ditawarkan kepada kita akan gagal dalam mengurus kita punya pembangunan teknologi ni. Kebanyakan platform teknologi yang kita gunakan, sebagai contohnya cloud, GPT semua bukan teknologi kita, tetapi Dan kalau katakan tidak ditawarkan kepada kita, apa pilihan yang kita ada selain daripada itu? Itu yang kita perlu lihat. So, you've hit 2 points here. Satu, keterjaminan makanan, food security. Nombor 2, kedaulatan teknologi.
Correct.
And here's the thing, with our agri-tech punya, bukan agri-tech lah, agriculture punya system. And you've managed to summarize it quite well. Nombor 1 ni ialah tenaga kerja yang semakin tua. Orang yang tua-tua ni yang ada experience, they have the knowledge.
Correct.
They have the institutional memory on how to run things and things like that. Dah getting older. We are entering into an aging society. Yang orang muda pula tak nak jadi peladang, tak nak jadi petani, tak nak jadi pesawah. Betul. Sebab they consider this as tak sexy. It's manual job.
Sexy weh.
He's trying to make it sexy now.
Okay, yes. That's the good thing. So that's why we are dependent on foreign labor.
Correct.
So with technology, and before I go into that, we are also facing climate change, perubahan iklim, dan dijangka kita akan menghadapi perubahan iklim yang agak luar biasa pada tahun hadapan. Jadi benda ni akan mengakibatkan pengurangan hasil output kita punya ladang daripada kita punya sawah-sawah dan sebagainya. Jadi ini keperluan teknologi yang ada. With this technology, I foresee, number 1, we need to increase our productivity. And we need to reduce our cost.
Correct.
Dua benda. increase productivity, reduce cost. Daripada situ kita menjana pendapatan dengan keuntungan.
Betul.
Sebab kita ni syarikat startup, macam saya selalu bagi tahu, kita berniaga untuk menjana pendapatan dengan keuntungan. Kalau rugi itu, dan agak susah lah untuk kita sustain business tu.
Betul.
So that's the thing. So this is where technology plays a role dalam kita punya landscape agriculture. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think most important thing now is kita dah establish bahawa Faisal and Pacton Technologies dah identify the right problem statements.
Betul.
Lepas tu pula now kita nak tahu can you bring us the journey towards daripada dia dah ada problem statement, the next process is to find the exact solution to address problem statement. Can you walk us through?
Okay, you are right. When we were defining about the problem statement, it was through our own iteration of the problem statement. But actually, the problem statement, betul-betul, I mean, we are very good at blueprints, our government, right? So when we did blueprints tu, dia memang dah identify a few verticals yang ada problem statements yang very clear.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur myself, we always start with that document. Kita tengok daripada situ, kita identify, okay, these are the problem statements. This is where the money is going to be allocated to, or the budget, and this is going to help what, right? So from there kita ambil problem statement tu, kita pecahkan lagi kepada apa yang kita mampu buat pada untuk to solve that problem statement, to make sure that we are really aligned with the government punya mandate. Sebab kalau dalam agriculture industry ni, especially aquaculture semua ni, is all the stakeholders are the government, and at the end of the day the business will support, and then dia under core industry lah, agriculture ni. So bila kita dah identify problem statement tu, we test it out. Maksudnya kita test dekat kita punya own farm lah. Kita beruntung sebab kita ada farm sendiri.
Itulah.
Salah satunya sebab bila kita tak ada farm sendiri ni, saya sebagai teknologi company, alhamdulillah kita dapat support lah daripada program-program kerajaan yang memberi kita peluang untuk test kita punya solution the whole Malaysia. And this basically brings our name up to further proof whether the technology works or not. I think Cik Adam pun memang aware lah kalau dalam startup ni, dalam industri, especially on agriculture, agritech ni, we are in the phase of educating the public, and when educating, there's a cost to it, and the cost basically is going to be borne by the companies that is providing this solution to the market lah. So berbalik pada soalan tadi tu, kita beruntung sebab kita ada farm sendiri untuk kita proof. Bila kita pergi pada market tu, orang akan tanya saya, awak ni pernah bela ikan ke, kan? Nak bagi teknologi semua, saya lagi tahu. These are the challenges that we are facing lah. Tapi because kita dah proof a point, kita dah buat pilot, kita ada kita punya farm sendiri, I use that as basically to offer this to the
Maybe you can explain a bit more in terms of the function of your product.
Okay.
So you identified the problem statement 3 tadi. So how does your product actually solve the problem statement?
Okay. Daripada problem statement tadi yang 3 saya cakap tadi tu, okay, mula-mula apa yang kita try to address is that firstly mortality dengan optimization of feed. These are the 2 main things yang memang akan contribute to the sustainability of that farm. Okay, macam mana kita solve masalah daripada water quality. Teknologi yang sedia ada adalah datang daripada tahun 1990-an, tak silap saya, ada a few company yang buat instrument. Maknanya instrument ni hardware untuk kita measure kualiti air. Okay, kualiti air ni dia akan contribute paling besar sekali kepada kesihatan ikan yang akan result kepada stres atau kematian ikan itulah. Jadi maknanya pertama yang kita nak solve adalah data-data ni kena datang daripada air. Macam mana kita nak dapat benda ni? Teknologi ada adalah sensor teknologi. Tapi kami buat menggunakan teknologi sensor tu pada mulanya, dan kita test pada air. Tapi contohnya untuk udang, kita perlukan data 24 jam 7 hari seminggu. Bermakna hardware tu, sensor tu sendiri kena berada di dalam air. Tapi kalau air fresh water, mungkin kalau dijaga rapi, di-maintain, mungkin dia akan tahan setahun ataupun 6 bulan. Fresh water air sungai. Tapi kami letak dalam air masin. Untuk udang. 3 hari bro. 3 hari habis. Benda tu kos dia 25,000.
Aduh.
Equipment rosak dalam masa tu.
Rosak terus.
Sebab air masin.
Sebab air masin. Sebab problem statement dia adalah untuk udang 24/7 monitoring 7 days a week. You need to know the water quality up to the exact point of berapa pH dia punya salinity berapa, dia punya ammonia berapa, kita nak tahu. buat masa sekarang ni, farmers dia akan mobilize. Dia akan mobilize kalau contohnya kalau farm dia 1000 hektar. Berapa ramai pekerja tu dia kena pakai untuk pergi check. Pergi check hari tu hari, lepas tu ialah ada human factor dekat situ kan. Jadi sebab ni teknologi tu untuk kami fail. So because of that, because of tadi sovereignty, tadi kait-kait kepada sovereignty technology, we have our own intelligent engineers out of Malaysia ni yang boleh come out with solution, and meaning to say that we can build something from scratch for this. So what we did was kita pakai teknologi yang sustainable. In this case, we are using computer vision punya teknologi. Kita pakai CCTV camera ya bro.
So you put CCTV camera tu above the water.
Above the water, on the surface water, dan pakai CCTV camera tu dia dah boleh dapat tahu bacaan water quality. This is very proprietary, very new, and it can only happen because of one reason. Because we have the data from the past government project yang bagi pada kita tu. Kita ambil data tu dan kita menggunakan data tu untuk enrich kita punya computer vision. Computer vision tu alone is not only computer vision, it's enriched with artificial intelligence. We were very fortunate because ChatGPT lah. Dia datang like 3-4 years ago, and it was kebetulan dengan memang benda ni semua fall into place Allah bantu benda ni. So I think at that particular time, any startup in this world, be it in Silicon Valley, be it in Japan or Taiwan or Korea, anywhere, has the same time ada masa yang sama untuk access that technology.
Playing field was
The
level.
playing field was level for the first time. It was level. It was level for everyone. So whoever that is able to create a suitable vertical on top of that technology, choose a suitable vertical, can basically have a first mover advantage untuk dapat ni. So in that case, kita choose aquaculture because I think we are solving a problem. It benefits us. It's about food, and I think not a lot of people play that in terms of business sense. So we choose that. So daripada situ AI banyak bantulah at that particular time untuk kami come up with the current solution.
So in other words, FishSpeak ni adalah satu alat yang you letak dalam air sendiri untuk membaca persekitaran ikan tu sendiri, which is basically technically the water itself. So this case the camera vision tadi tu.
Yes,
the computer vision.
Yes, not only that, that is part of the solution. So that's why I say, masa kita masuk tu, kita ada kita punya farm sendiri tu, kita iterate problem tu. Okay, first kali water quality. Then masa kita go on the ground, kita tahu that all these farmers, ada 21,000 lah lebih kurang dalam Malaysia ni, aquaculture farmers.
Aquaculture farmers?
Yes, under yang registered under Department of Fisheries.
Tapi itu pun tak cukup lagi kan?
Itu tak cukup.
For our country.
Correct.
Tak cukup.
Tak cukup. Sebab diorang ni buka tutup kolam. Sebab by the time dia buka kolam, dia tak dapat match dengan buyer. Ada banyak problem lah. It's a lot of moving parts.
Many of them smallholders, I assume kan?
Smallholders. I think it's around 75%. 75 to 80% are smallholders, and these people are basically it's very hard for you to ask them
There's
to
no economy
pay.
of scale lah pada them.
So benda ni challenge balik tadi daripada situ. So coming back to the technology side, the computer vision technology untuk water quality tu is just one part of the thing. FishSpeak is a platform as a whole. We have many modules that we include along the way after kita dengar masalah daripada market. Contoh, saya bagi contoh, kita pergi kepada satu farm di Kuala Pilah. Dia ada dua yang dia punya pond. Dia punya masalah bukan water quality, sebab dia buat ikan keli. Dia kata, saya tak ada masalah ikan keli, saya tak ada masalah nak bagi makan, I don't need a fish feeder. What I need is financing. Dia kata, okay, the question is to you lah, basically for financiers kan. How do you determine whether to give this farmer, I mean, if you talk about not only cradle is for startups, for example, the financiers or the banks or financial institutions, right? In order for them to give financing to a farm, an aquaculture farm, you cannot see whether, I mean, kalau ayam you tengok dia ada ayam kan, ikan ni bawah air ni.
Mana tahu hidup mati kan?
Hidup ke ada ke tak ada tak tahu kan. So how do you assess the risk in order for you to disburse certain amount of loans to this farmer and for them to be able to pay back? And whether that facility, if you give, whether it's not going to be turned into a non-performing loan, right? So you have this at the back of your mind, and you will take time to assess your risk. And with that time, for example, you take 6 months or 7 months to do it. Then at that time, that farmer is probably already no longer interested, or maybe already closed the farm lah. So masalah dia yang tadi tu, saya nak financing, saya tak perlu fish feeder, saya tak perlu water quality, saya buat ikan keli, saya ada 2 kolam. So apa solution yang kami bina lepas tu adalah, okay, then you need proper record keeping lah, because when you go to the bank, you need, for example, 2 or 3 years of track record, numbers, sales numbers, at least that, right, untuk the bank to assess you with your risk. So I kata, okay, I give you that function, but we make it very easy for you. You tak payah buat ledger sendiri ke apa semua, you pakai WhatsApp je. So that technology tadi tu, AI ke LLM, is being integrated into a very familiar platform to them. You pakai WhatsApp, I pakai WhatsApp, everybody in the world, I think billions of people using WhatsApp. So we put all of the intelligence of FishSpeak dekat dalam WhatsApp. Dia interact macam dia interact dengan kawan. We call it a farm assistant lah. Farm assistant ni never sleep. It records your sales. It records whatever payments you get. It tells you, dia bagi tahu you keadaan farm you, semua melalui WhatsApp.
Oh, so it's like FishSpeak is technically an ecosystem, kan? So daripada you punya the camera itself, you combine pula dengan the
record keeping.
Those are the things memang pain points memang farmers tu perlu kan. Maybe this is not some, the ecosystem solution bukan something yang baru untuk Cradle. Tapi what do you think in terms of how they've done so far?
Okay, so that's why there's this saying from Steve Jobs, kan, dia kata try to improve the.
I think I know exactly where you're going. It's about that talk on the Wired punya magazine. Dia cakap yang the technology should be seamless enough.
Correct.
For people to be able to use. He is going there. I think.
So saya rumuskan ni, dia is at the end of the day is about the customer's experience.
Correct.
It's not and you work backwards from there. How the customer experiences the technology from end to end.
Most of the time I pitch, I use this. Nampak sangat dia memang experience, dia selalu, dan he knows what he's doing.
And not the other way around. Setengah startup tu saya tengok dia buat satu solution, but at the end of the day it's does the solution solve the consumer's problem? Correct. The customer and consumer tu lain tu.
Ya, betul.
Kan? So does it solve the consumer's problem? Does it solve the pelanggan tu, pengguna tu punya sakit kepala? Kan? Lepas aku guna produk ni, hilang tak sakit kepala aku tentang masalah yang aku ada ni. So itu yang apa. And this is translated very well in your business model. Daripada your technology yang kamera ni tengok the parameters, apa yang ada dalam air, oksigen cukup ke tidak, dia punya suhu ada berapa, dia punya ammonia content ada berapa dan sebagainya, masin ke tidak, semua boleh nampak kan. Jadi daripada situ kita boleh bagi makan. Ikan cukup makan ke tidak, air itu kotor ke bersih, patut aku bersihkan ke tidak kan. Daripada situ, bila benda asas, kualiti air dapat ditambah baik, pertumbuhan ikan naik, growth rate. Because at the end of the day, the higher the growth rate, the faster it is for you for the farmers to go to market.
Correct.
Lagi cepat dia. Jadi dia punya cycle tu makin lama makin laju. Kan setahun katakan dia boleh jual dalam 4 cycle. Mungkin lepas ni dah ada teknologi boleh 5-6 cycle. Jadi pendapatan dia meningkat.
Now kita dah establish the problem statements. Lepas tu kita dah dengar tadi, you manage to find a solution for the problem statements. The next thing yang ramai orang sangkut ke sini biasanya, mungkin Adam and Faisal can comment on this. Commercialization. Kan?
Very interesting.
So I think this ramai sebenarnya. Macam ramai orang pun the max dia boleh buat, aku ada solution, aku terror buat paperwork habis. The next step is to go to market. How, maybe share your experience. Macam mana?
I first.
You first,
okay.
Of course.
Commercialization is a very big problem statement, not for the farmers but for us. That's agri-tech punya company. Okay, first you dah ada solution. You dah address certain problems. By the end of the day,
sorry, I just stop you there. At that point of time, you think, aku ni memang I'm solving the world problem lah. Mesti ada rasa macam tu kan?
Hidung kembang bro.
Hidung kembang kan?
Hidung kembang pergi market.
Tapi the actuality when you hit the market, during commercialization, maybe you can share experience.
You know, because we pitch a lot at that time, kita 2023, 2024 tu, we pitch a lot and we thought, but we pitching to who kan? We're pitching to investors, we're pitching to people with blazers and going to events, right? Overseas ke dekat sini ke. So dia tepuk-tepuk, cantik, menang competition apa semua. Kita ada benda tu. I think Cradle tahu sangatlah masalah dekat satu generasi dia dah besar. Because kata, because we win a competition, because investors like us, but dia belum dapat duit gini, belum dapat investment kan. Aku rasa kita dah berjaya. Tapi okay, now the next step, go improve it in the market. You go to the market, kau kena ejek dengan farmer.
Maybe you detail out all the hiccups that you face, the actual problems that you're facing bila go to market.
Okay, contoh, bagi contoh paling senang. We go to the farm. kita pergi farm, kita bawa fish feeder. Kata, bang, government. Kata, pakcik, uncle lah, selalu Chinese uncle. Kata, uncle, we have a fish feeder that we're going to provide to you for free. Because government subsidize. It's under government program subsidize. So all you need to do is to use it and to report back whether it's useful. Bro, kata I'm doing sturgeon bro. I don't need this fish feeder kan. Makanan I pun dah besar ni. You tak study dulu ke benda-benda macam ni kan? Tapi kita nak jual fish feeder, nak jual AI apa semua ni kan. So problem dia lain. Problem dia adalah dia punya makanan saya besar. Saya bagi makan pakai tangan. Kata macam tu. So contohnya macam okay, if you're selling fish feeder alone, that is not technology lah. I mean you're not solving any issue. Kena balik bro. Nak bagi free pun tak nak.
Wow.
Contoh macam tu kan. So commercialization balik tu, okay, bila dah jadi macam tu, you tak ada retention. Because our system ni, our platform ni, we are hopping on subscription. Meaning to say that if you like the product, in 2 years time after the warranty finishes, then you continue. But because now you already have the hardware is a pain point here lah. Because hardware ni mahal. Kita contoh air masin kita nak kena buat bracket lah, apa semua tu stainless steel, benda tu mahal. So daripada situ government support. Maknanya okay, we find farmer, udahlah find farmer, bagi free. Lepas tu the next thing that the farmer should do is only after 2 years pay a subscription to subscribe to the system. One pain point dah selamat, nak bagi free pun tak nak because you are not really solving their problem. Pergi kena halau. So commercialization ni balik. Tak ada retention. I pergi nak fundraise. Okay, what's your ARPU? What's your retention rate? Okay, macam sebab you nak pakai subscription model. Kita pitch macam-macam ni. Kita nak pakai hybrid SaaS model for example, right? Hardware. Okay, so the hardware, okay lah government support daripada situ. Now the subscription, farmer nak bayar ke tak? So bila pergi market sekarang ni, I don't think there is already a solution that really gets traction when it involves farmers forking out their own money. So benda tu masih lagi kena depan. So that is still our challenge right now. But how we are solving it? Kita solve to work dengan government. Okay, that's the main thing that we can do lah. Government ada subsidi. Daripada situ kita bagi pada farmers dan kita make sure that their key opinion leaders shout for us. Basically what we attack people, ketua kampung, pegawai Department of Fisheries yang memang boleh ada influence, but they need to make sure that it is working for them first. Contoh kalau di Aceh, saya ada satu klien di Aceh ni, he controls Aceh Indonesia.
How big is the farm?
They have around 20 farms over 420 ponds. Udang.
Besar tu.
Udang. Dia over the cost
international already.
Part of it government help jugalah. Because of that, I think Venture Tech tolong kita untuk because of this project they are partly funding us to expand untuk ASEAN punya level lah. Thank you for that lah. Banyak sebenarnya government tolong. So daripada yang Aceh tadi ni, dia ada website dengan east side ni, maknanya dekat dengan belah Melaka tu. Over the coastline dekat Indonesia tu semua farm dia. So dia datang dengan problem dia, bro, if you can give me water quality, if you can manage my disease, I will surely. But you need to convince me first lah. Dia buat pilot kat situ. Buat pilot situ, benda tu berjaya. Dia sendiri yang jadi kita punya cheerleader untuk cakap kepada community lain. It's all about trust lah sekarang ni.
Betul.
But it cannot come from a technology provider, it needs to come from the farmers themselves.
Kita tak boleh angkat bakul sendiri, orang lain kena angkat
bakul. Orang lain kena. Betul. In a nutshell, you summarize it well.
So kalau tengok dari segi sekarang kita dah tengok tadi, dah identifying a problem is already a process.
Yes.
Lepas tu finding a solution for that particular problem pun satu proses yang panjang.
It takes years. In that years, basically you are using resources bayar gaji apa semua.
Right?
Siapa nak fund benda ni?
Betul.
Lepas itulah adanya.
Lepas tu pula when you think you've got it right, you go to market and then the market hits you right in your face.
Oh, right in your face man.
Kan, betul tak boleh pakai lah, kau ni sembang
kau
kan.
Kata kau punya fish feeder pun tak accustomed to what we want.
So kalau tengok kan, again something familiar to you kan. This is a typical process of a startup company kan. Macam mana Cradle punya peranan untuk de-risk atau mengurangkan kerisauan business owner ni, that it's okay, we are behind you, all throughout the process. Is that
okay? So saya kongsikan sikit lah, I'll share a little bit. Cradle provides funding. We also provide capacity building programs, and we do have other support that we offer lah, kita tawarkan kepada usahawan-usahawan. Pertamanya kita tawarkan grant. Cradle buat masa ni ada beberapa grant saya kongsikan. Pertamanya CIP Spark, di mana Cradle menawarkan grant sehingga 150,000 untuk syarikat teknologi. Itu yang pertama. Keduanya, kita ada CIP Sprint, di mana ada grant sehingga 600,000. Untuk tahun ni kita ada Cradle Elevate, iaitu program pembiayaan pelaburan sehingga RM2 juta. So itu daripada program pembiayaan. Lepas tu selain daripada tu kita ada program-program pembangunan kapasiti untuk membantu syarikat-syarikat pemula atau syarikat startup ni untuk melihat bagaimana untuk menambah baik dia punya model perniagaan atau dia business model. Mungkin lihat kepada dia punya revenue generation model, kepada dia punya macam mana dia nak menjana pendapatan, macam mana dia nak mengkomersialkan produk dia dan sebagainya. Jadi ada program-program dekat situ. Macam saya cerita tadi, kita ada program grant ni semua. And kita juga menilai sama ada syarikat-syarikat yang bersesuaian ataupun betul datang untuk menerima grant kita. Kan kita tak bagi tabur duit dekat orang. Kita kena menilai dulu syarikat-syarikat tu. Jadi kita ada beberapa kriteria. Nanti mungkin akan saya kongsikan kemudian lah, bukan sekarang.
So financing and also capacity building salah satu kaedah untuk you de-risk the worries
Betul.
of the business owners ni kan. Tapi now I think looking ahead, looking forward, I'm sure you are still work in progress. Betul tak?
It is still early stage.
Still early stage
Early
kan.
days,
Walaupun early stage pun you've gone to the market about 3-4 years now.
3-4 years.
Kan? Still a long way to go for you kan. Along this way, especially for the past few months, I think 2 years, I think 1 year and a half, kita ada agriculture, especially within this region, is something yang supposed to be booming. And technology should play a big role.
Correct.
Untuk kita enhancekan agriculture punya output. For the past 1.5 year or 2 years ni kita ada isu macam contoh di Indonesia, sahabat Indonesia kan, e-fishery. I'm sure that gives you sedikit impact dari segi for you to not just commercialization, but also in terms of your fundraising activities.
Sekarang ni a bit sensitive lah isu e-fishery ni. But I don't want to neglect the fact that they set the bar quite high at that particular time. I'm not sure. I think they started early.
Is it true that you were inspired in the beginning?
I was very, very inspired. That's why the first project yang kita dapat grant daripada one of the competition that we won, MCMC AgriNext 2023, dia bagi kita duit sikit untuk kita pilot. So first thing kata, okay, kita nak buat apa dengan ni pun, kita nak buat memanglah aquaculture punya solution ni, but what is the tangible product that we are supposed to do in order for, as a conduit for us to achieve that problem statement, that solution that we are trying to provide to the aquaculture market. So masa tu, e-fishery, the product, it was the white fish feeder. Right? And we studied the fish feeder. Apa yang gepak sangat fish feeder dia ni sampai dia punya company valuation at 1.2 billion.
In layman's word, fish feeder tu is
automatic fish feeder sahaja
feeder
at that particular time. Kata wah, company yang buat fish feeder ni memang fish feeder kan, automating. So the narrative, the problem statement is trying to optimize feed. Because like I said in the very beginning, 70% of the cost of the kan. So they try to optimize it with automation. I don't neglect the fact that we were inspired, very, very inspired, until I asked my R&D punya side, buat satu fish feeder lagi gempak pada tu, kata kan. Maybe we can be a $2 billion company and go and race and we go and play Indonesia, which I did anyway. But I'm not saying that what they are doing, apart from what they are doing, the findings, the creative accounting apa semua tu, I tak nak touch on that lah. But e-fishery itself, this, by the way, this is the standard answer. Whenever I go and pitch, people say, "Are you the next e-fishery? Are you the next e-fishery?" Everybody was asking me that. So before I come to that, I did went to Singapore with MDEC, meeting with the investors of e-fishery. I even meet the investors here in Malaysia, the one who participate in the round, and I asked them. Masa tu actually program tu is untuk pitch pada investor ni. I didn't even bring a pitch deck. I went there, I duduk meja tu, I cakap, "Are you going to invest in agri-tech industry, especially in aquaculture, in the next 2 years?" They said no. We're not going to touch it because of this. This was like 1 year ago before benda ni jadi panas sekarang ni. So coming back to the inspiration, we were very, very inspired. But we also read and we also watched the documentary of e-fishery, of how it has benefited the Indonesian punya small farmers. There's one story that I remember, if I echo it correctly, there's one in the documentary, there's one farmer that automated dia punya feeding dekat dia punya small farm tu, which enable him untuk pergi kenduri kahwin. Dia kata sebab ada e-fishery punya ni, dia boleh pergi kenduri kahwin because it's already automated. So indirectly or directly has provide a value to that person kan, in a way, even though the technology is not up to that level yet, even though the valuation does not basically compensate apa yang e-fishery provide at that time. But they had big dreams, and if let's say benda ni tak jadi, then probably they become big lah. A lot of people inspired by them. Not only me, ada a few in Malaysia also yang memang inspired dengan benda tu. So fortunately, government again supported through Ministry of Science Technology mostly, which is through venture tech. Pada masa yang sangat sukar untuk agri-tech company raise, they came and supported, but they do a very rigorous due diligence on my product. Basically, daripada situ, actually my intention was, okay, please, because I picked the capital partners yang nak invest into Pacton Technologies ni properly, and make sure that they serve a certain mandate under the government.
Strategic partner lah.
Strategic partner lah. Basically, it's not only investor, they're strategic partner because they are trying to serve their own mandate, which is serving the industry, which is agriculture industry. So I was mula pergi jumpa semua, tapi seorang pun tak nak lah basically. Saya jumpa dia tu, it took time also for me to convince them to invest, but at this difficult time, they took the risk to come and invest. So I want to, this is not not so much on the investment. I want to show to the market out there that actually the agri-tech industry and the players, the companies, it is needed. Memang betul perlu, and there is a glimpse of hope coming from the financial sector or capital partners that is willing to still support agri-tech company, especially out of Malaysia. I hope that it sets a narrative out there that it's still investable. I mean, this industry is still investable. So,
good point. So again, same question, but on the other side of the fence, trader kan. Sekarang ni boleh jadi case macam fishery for example, and especially the agriculture sector ni sektor yang sangat critical.
Betul.
Lepas tu pula ada someone yang trying to be the savior of this fishery I'm talking about kan. So dia masuk konon nak jadi savior, which is I think the original intention was that. Betul pun, tapi along the way we don't know what happened. So from your point of view, yang bagi duit, bagi grant kepada, how does that change your compass?
Okay, so dia macam ni. Bila kita berdepan dengan banyak permohonan, everyday kita terima permohonan semua. Dengan when things like this is not the first time that has happened within our domestic market ke dekat in the regional or global market. Sebelum ni ada WeWork dan sebagainya. So macam kami di Cradle ni, kita memang buat kita punya due diligence tu very thorough. Kita akan tengok satu-satu sama ada syarikat tu ada dia punya business tu viable ke tidak. That's the first thing. Is the technology viable technology? Is the business model viable? Nombor dua, kita tengok is it scalable? Boleh dikembangkan, boleh besarkan dia punya operasi. Jangan
boleh beyond Malaysia.
Beyond Malaysia kalau boleh, kan? Jangan kita tengok sebab domestic market kita kecil. Kita pun ada berapa 30 lebih juta penduduk, kan? Itu sebab kalau kita tengok negara-negara yang ada penduduk yang lebih besar ni, dia punya pasaran tu lebih besar, lebih luas, senang untuk dia kembangkan dia punya syarikat, naikkan dia punya valuation tinggi. Nombor tiga ialah investability. Sama ada bila dia nak mencari pelaburan, mencari dana tu, orang nak bagi duit ke tidak kat dia. Sebab at the end of the day, macam mana you nak kembangkan syarikat you adalah dengan ada pembiayaan. Sama ada pelaburan ke, grant ke, loan ke, you perlukan. Baru you boleh kembangkan. Kalau tidak, you punya bisnes akan stagnan macam tu je. Sebab kalau kita lihat banyak syarikat-syarikat kita ni yang dia dah sampai satu tahap, dia dah berpuas hati. Kan? That is why it's very hard to look at some of our startups ni to reach that unicorn status punya valuation. Okay. Last kali ialah sustainability. Can your business model ni be sustainable? Kan? Are you depending on one particular segment? Are you dependent on one particular product? Ke dia ada multiple streams of revenue? Yang ni kita pun tengok juga. Jadi kita memang very thorough bila kita buat the due diligence supaya bila kita bagi pembiayaan tu, kita bagi pembiayaan kepada syarikat yang betul-betul berpotensi untuk berkembang. Jadi saya rumuskan, nombor 1 ialah viability, nombor 2 ialah scalability, nombor 3 ialah investability dan nombor 4 ialah sustainability. Itu yang sedikit sebanyaklah bagaimana kita melihat syarikat-syarikat yang datang ke Cradle ni. Sebab bila pitching tu, syarikat-syarikat ni semua we are the best company in the world. Kami yang terbaik, tak ada teknologi lain dalam dunia ni. Kami je ada teknologi. So kita kena semak balik, kita kena check balik. Trust but verify lah. Buat kata orang kan. Kita kena semak, kita kena buat due diligence. Oh, sebenarnya betul. Dia ada IP dan sebagainya. Jadi mungkin kita boleh bagi funding. Tapi kalau kadang-kadang tu dia cerita tapi it's not backed by all the facts, tu susah sikit lah.
Okay, I think we're reaching to the last part of our conversation ni kan. Kita tengok dari segi moving forward. What's your plan moving forward? What is your maybe medium and short term, medium and long term punya planning for FishSpeak and also Pacton Technologies?
Okay. As I said, Pacton Technologies ni kenapa nama dia belum FishSpeak Technologies is because echoing back to what you said just now, you have to have multiple revenue streams in order for you to sustain. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you refer to Silicon Valley punya style of working, you need to be focused on one thing and one thing alone. But I think our market is too small for that. And in Malaysia, I think our DNA is to be able to sustain and to do boring things probably. In I guess in Pacton Technologies kita ada juga software development punya services whereby we get boring things. I will do mobile apps. Tapi our flagship product is still FishSpeak. That's why when we fundraise on the FishSpeak because it serves a certain purpose towards us. We know that we're going to impact. We're going to have to impact the industry in terms of food. Kita nak tackle yang food punya issue ni. Banyak lagi plan kita nak buat in the future. So short term dengan medium term tu, we are going to the market. We just fundraise dengan venture tech. This is actually for ASEAN punya expansion. Kita venture tech basically funded us untuk kita go keluar to the ASEAN punya region. So kita pergi Indonesia dulu. So ada Aceh punya project tu and ada a few more government projects dekat Indonesia that we are trying to be part of lah in terms of digitalization, integrating Malaysian technology into Indonesian shores. Tapi diorang pun ada juga stigma dia because fishery semua tu datang dari situ kan. So pasal tu my challenge there is also to build trust. That's why I serve yang key opinion leaders ni dulu. So dia orang yang akan shape the mindset of daripada situ. So in the long term, I think everybody wants this. Untuk Pacton Technologies ni, we want to be listed. Dalam 2000, my target is 2031 or 2032. Now we are book building for listing lah. But instead of listing as an agriculture company, we want to go on the tax perspective and we get 7x, 8x. But it does not basically mean that we are only a tech company. We might own certain farms. we might because our vision is trying to not only use technology to measure water quality. We want to use the same technology stack that we have to connect supply and demand. Out of that, maybe supply of finance to the demand of finance. There's a lot of things that we can do once we have the data. So with the help of the government, such as Cradle, semua ni dapat untuk support kita ni, then it might accelerate us faster lah.
Thank you. That's a very insightful outlook kan. From Cradle point of view, I think after discussing the first two segments tadi tu, kita identify problem statements, the solutions. What's your key takeaway basically from our conversation today?
Okay, so quite a number of things lah. Number one, macam saya cakap tadi, we need to focus on technology, and especially in the sector of agriculture, aquaculture ni, number one untuk kita punya keterjaminan makanan, food security. That's a key focus that the country needs right now. If we have we can lower the cost, itu yang pertama, and on top of that increase productivity. And you can only do that with technology.
Correct.
Kan? Benda lain semua agak payah ni. Kalau kita nak increase productivity, kita kena tambah
Tambah
orang, bila air naik, bila api naik, apa benda ni semua. Tapi only with technology you can reduce the cost and increase productivity at the same time.
Yeah.
This is one sector yang we need more companies to go into. Dekat Malaysia ni, seingat saya orang masih makan nasi lagi. Masih makan makanan lagi.
Last time Asyik masih makan lagi.
Betul. So that is something that memang kita kena fokus. Kita tak boleh berterusan jadi pengimport makanan. We cannot afford to be that. We need to be at least be able to support the consumption dalam negara kita.
Yeah.
Kan? Kalau lagi bagus kita boleh eksport makanan kita lah. Tapi for now I think the goal is for us to be self-sustaining. Kan? Kita tak boleh bergantung harap kepada negara lain untuk kelangsungan hidup kita. Yang nak makan kita. This is something that I think the ecosystem and the industry needs. Lebih banyak orang muda syarikat-syarikat teknologi menceburkan diri bagi meningkatkan produktiviti makanan kita. More importantly for startup, untuk mana-mana syarikat menjana pendapatan dengan keuntungan. Itu yang paling penting sekali.
Yeah.
Sebab macam you cakap lah, there's a lot of challenges. Kan? There's a lot of hurdles. Kalau syarikat-syarikat ni lepas satu cabaran or challenges yang dia hadapi, dia tak dapat nak maintain dia punya pendapatan semua, nanti it's not good, not only for the ecosystem but for the startup itself.
Semua runtuh.
Semua runtuh. Kan? Jadi itu ya macam kami di
Cradle
Cradle ni.
investment pun burn.
Betul. Jadi macam kami ni, kami menyokong, kami membantu, kami bagi pembiayaan kepada syarikat-syarikat ni supaya dia boleh mengurangkan risiko dia bila dia nak pergi mengkomersialkan produk dia, bila dia nak membangunkan produk dia. Kan? Jadi kami bantu. Kalau perlukan bantuan daripada segi pembangunan kapasiti pun kami bantu. Just to share with our viewers out there, all of the apa yang ditawarkan bukan setakat Cradle tetapi agensi-agensi kerajaan yang lain, pemain-pemain ekosistem yang lain, boleh tuan-tuan, puan-puan layari di laman sesawang single window portal untuk ekosistem startup kita, www.mystartup.gov.my.
Thank you. I think we just concluded the session very well. I think itu saja untuk episod Business Brew kali ini. Thank you kepada our guest, Cik Faisal, so Mr. Adam, as our partner for this podcast. Semoga our discussion ni bagi banyak inspirasi lah kepada business owner kat luar sana. Dan kalau you guys dapat tonton episod ni, please share kepada kawan-kawan lain. This episode can be viewed on our Sini punya app and also YouTube, Sini, SEENI. Dan please follow us on our other social media platforms lah kan. Saya Lokman Afandi Yahya bersama sahabat saya
Adam Ramski daripada Cradle,
dan our guest kali ini
Faisal Shadli.
Daripada Pacton Technologies. We signing off for now. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Thank you.
Salam.
Bro.
Okay, thanks a lot bro.
Dah jadi ni sekarang.
Dia
TV presenter.
Dia jadi influencer kan.